Hey guys, welcome to my personal top 5 games of 2014. Originally, I was going to make this a top 10 games, but since it's been a rough year for gaming in my opinion, I decided to cut it in half. These games on the list are based off my enjoyment and the fun factor of the hours I've played. Some of you guys may agree or disagree with my opinions I made in this video, but feel free to leave your opinions in the comments below on your personal top 5 games of 2014. With that said, let's get started. At number 5, the Banner Saga. Unlike most people I know that are all about action games and shooting people in the face, I for one have a soft side for RPG games such as this. Growing up, I played a lot of games like Dynasty Warriors Tactics and Disgaea, and where the Banner Saga really shines in my opinion is the beautiful art style you don't normally see in video games anymore, and that's what really captivated my attention. You make hard choices throughout the story that affect your crew, just like games like Mass Effect, which warrants multiple playthroughs. It's one of the better games I downloaded from Steam this year, and with the holiday sale going on currently, it's 50% off. Why wouldn't I buy it? At number 4, Borderlands The PreSequel. I'm a huge Borderlands fan, and although at first I didn't get this game upon release because I thought it was just added on DLC, I waited for the price to drop because I was pretty skeptical about it. And although I could have just easily bought it on Steam, I decided to buy it for the Xbox 360 to hunt for some achievements, and it's actually the only game I bought for the 360 this year. It's everything you expect from a Borderlands game and 10 times better than Destiny. Although 2K says they're not planning to make a Borderlands 3 in the near future, Borderlands The PreSequel can really hold you off until they decide what they're going to do with the series. Although I may not buy DLC for games anymore, Borderlands The PreSequel just offers as much as Borderlands 2 did with the seasonal DLC and just the normal DLC in general. At number 3, Sunset Overdrive. An Xbox One exclusive that is just as wacky and zany as Borderlands is. Out of all the Xbox One exclusives in 2014, this one is by far the most enjoyable game I've played. There's been a lot of games I've been hyped for over the years, but Sunset Overdrive, something about it. I saw it at E3 a few years ago, and ever since I saw it, I've been hyped for it ever since, and unlike most games that get hyped up, this one didn't flop straight on its face. I actually enjoyed the story, although it didn't have a great story and a thought-out story, it was fun to play. It pokes fun at a lot of other series of games, just like Borderlands does, but it's something new and refreshing. You could grind on rails and run on walls and just explore this giant, zany city full of color, something that a lot of games lack. At number 2, Lord of the Rings, Shadow of Mordor. I personally am not a Lord of the Rings fan, but this game really made me enjoy the Lord of the Rings lore. You don't have to know anything about Lord of the Rings to pick up this game and play, because it doesn't revolve around the movie's story. Although it does have some minor characters from the movie, it's its own complete story in the Lord of the Rings universe. A lot of people are saying this is the sneaky game of the year of 2014, and I could see it, but it's personally not my game of the year of 2014. This game didn't hook me for countless of hours like the other games I've mentioned on this list so far, and to be honest, I've only played around 6 to 7 hours, and although that may seem a lot, I haven't even beat the story because, well, it just really doesn't interest me that much considering I'm not a big Lord of the Rings fan. It does have a great running system similar to Assassin's Creed and a great fighting system similar to Batman the Arkham series. But where it stands out the most is the Nemesis system. When you're fighting orcs, when you're fighting enemies, the enemy will remember you if he flees away from battle or if you beat another one of the commanders. It brings a nice twist to the game that's what really makes it stand out to me in my opinion, and that's something that I wish, many other games would bring. Out of all the releases in 2014, I say it's a must-play game of the year. At number 1, Far Cry 4. A lot of people say Far Cry 4 is just another reiteration of Far Cry 3 with better graphics. And to be honest, Far Cry 3 wasn't a bad game. Far Cry 4, on the other hand, did everything Far Cry did good and did it a whole lot better. With a co-op experience where one of your friends can explore the huge world of Kyrat instead of Far Cry 3 co-op where you just play some tacked-on lame story. Far Cry's really come a long way from the original game, Instincts, and Part 2. Far Cry 3 and 4 had villains that are very memorable to gamers out there, and out of all the games of 2014, this is the game that had me hooked and I just couldn't stop playing it. And even after the main story is over, it allows you to do a lot of hunting missions, conquer fortresses, and outposts. That's why Far Cry 4 was my number 1 game in 2014.